Hey guys, this is Max from Cascade Components, and this is my 2022 Specialized Stumpjumper EVO, and I want to give you guys a little bike tour. First off, let's start with our link here. This is our Stumpjumper EVO link in gold. This has really done a lot for me as a bigger rider myself. You know, I used to have to put a lot of air in the can in this bike, filled with volume spacers, and it has let the bike be more progressive, helps me keep from bottoming out too harshly, but also makes the top end nice and smooth. That's what I was really missing out on. Let me know how you guys feel about the gold. And I'm running the DHF in the front and a dissector in the rear, and they've really been good to me. I find that pedal's a little bit faster in the rear, still got that great grip from that DHF that we all know and love. And then I upgraded my rear hub in the back, put a DT Swiss upgraded pull, and it's really good for those climbs. You get a little techie in there. Next up on the list is our chain guide here. This is our ISCG 05 chain guide. It is the full guide. I'm running a 32 tooth chain ring on this. I have done Whistler laps, plenty of local trails, and I have not dropped a train once. I've hit many logs with it, bashed her in, and she's been keeping up nice and strong. Another part that I just love are my Race Face Atlas pedals. These have hundreds and hundreds of miles. They're scraped, they're dented, they're still rolling strong and give me that grip that we need on descents. I'm running, of course, our Code calipers, our North Fork brakes. Really been loving these guys. The increased power, really dissipating the heat. God knows I need that because I have made my rotors purple before. They've just been a game changer. On the front, I upgraded to the thicker Avid rotor. And just keeping a nice ceramic pad in there has really been helpful for those nice long descents at the bike parks. I'm really loving my Maxxis tires. You know, the stock tires were great, but myself named Max, I had to get the tires to go with my name. I had this beautiful Interbike bike cap. I have no clue where I got it. It really just adds to the style. And then the piece to resistance on this is my Junior Police sticker, keeping the trails safe one day at a time. A big change for me is when I went to these Maxxis tires, I also went tubeless, and that was an ordeal for me because tubes were life for forever till I got a flat at Whistler. And so I'm currently tubeless. I'm running double down casing in the rear. The only thing I might change is might go to a cush core, but I really haven't had any issues, but that's something I've kind of been thinking about and might do in the future. And then I'd also like to get a set of RSC levers so I can run a set of our cams in, get a little better lever feel. Even though the RSs are quite nice and do the job, I'd like a little bit more out of them. Another thing that I'm going to be giving a try, because you guys all ask, is I'm going to throw a 170 fork on here, or really just bring mine up to 170 and see how she does. Not too worried about the geometry, because with the headset cups and the high and low position at the bottom bracket, I should be able to keep it nice and in spec and not too raked out, not too steep, and just right. So as far as bike setup, I'm definitely on the upper end of things. You know, in the rear, I'm running about 310 PSI in the rear shock, which is a ton, and without the link, it was extremely stiff, and it did keep me off the bottom a bit, but I was still bottoming out, and the top end was extremely rough. So this link here really helped smooth it out for me in those nice little bumps. And then as I got deeper in, it was really supportive, even through the mid-stroke. You know, I've done some 6-7 foot drops, maybe a little more. It's really kept me from those harsh bottom outs that no one likes. I also have one volume spacer in there. I used to have the biggest one in there, and I dropped it down one, which was quite nice for me and unusual. And then the fork, I'm running about 100 PSI and about 3 volume spacers in there to keep it kind of nice and feel for me. Nice bottom out resistance and still getting that good feel that we need when we're ripping down the trails. Why did I buy the Stumpjumper EVO? I come from a background of downhill biking. I used to love, you know, taking a chairlift up, shuttle truck, and riding trails down, never pedaling up. And you know, for a bike now, I really wanted a bike that I could pedal up the hill and then descend down. So this bike on my local trails, you can see me riding Tiger Mountain, which is, you know, a little over an hour pedal up for me. And it pedals great, leaves energy in the tank, and the descents are just phenomenal. Other than Tiger, you know, if I'm still doing the lift access, you can see me on this. I rode this up at Whistler this year during Crankworks, got a few laps in, not too many because I was working the tent. And then, you know, locally, we just got a new bike park, Snoqualmie Bike Park. Shout out to them. They have some great trails, and this year, opening year, you know, it was dusty. Every time I went, it was phenomenal. The trails were so rocky, some roots, got a lot of loam, and it was impressive what it did and what I could do on it. Left me wanting not really much more out of it. I was very impressed with it.